Minasan, konnichiwa. Today we will learn about the greetings. The Japanese society is a very courteous society. The society itself is called as Reiki Tadashi, the term for courtesy. The word in English courtesy, in Japanese it is called as Reiki Tadashi Shakai Dasa. So very often whenever we meet people or during the day's time, whenever there is some encounter with other people, people use lots and lots of greetings so that everyday life becomes much smoother. So let's learn some of the basic greetings. The greetings are called as Aisatsu. Aisatsu. So early in the morning, supposing you are a person who are going for jogging, morning walk, you meet your neighbor. So what is the greeting we need to say? We need to say good morning. Good morning in Japanese is Ohayo gozaimasu. Ohayo gozaimasu. Can you repeat after me? Ohayo gozaimasu. Then, once when you go to the office, you meet people at the beginning of the day. So, we have to greet people by saying konnichiwa, konnichiwa. Okay, so practice konnichiwa. Konnichiwa has become much like hello these days. Whenever people meet each other, they used to say konnichiwa. Then the third greeting is in the evening, good evening. Good evening is called as konbanwa, konbanwa. So it is not that exactly after 4 it is evening we need to start with konbanwa. It goes with the position of sun. Konbanwa starts once when it becomes sunset. That is slightly when it is becoming dusk time. So we need to start with the konbanwa. Then good night. In the night time when we are parting away from people, we have to use oyasumi nasai. Oyasumi nasai. It has to be said with a bow, oyasumi nasai. All these other greetings too has to be said with a small bending, which is the expected the way of saying the greeting. Then goodbye. For the day when we are not going to meet once again, or when we are going to part for a little longer time, one needs to say goodbye. Sayonara. Sayonara. Okay? Now, let's practice all the greetings once again. Ohayo gozaimasu for good morning. Konnichiwa for good day, afternoon when there is good sunlight. Konbanwa for the evening time once it starts becoming slightly darker. Oyasumi nasai after the entire day's work when we are going to part. It also has the hidden meaning of saying please go have rest. And when you are not going to meet for the day again, or if you are going to part with people for a little longer time, we can say sayonara. Thank you. Minasan, konnichiwa. Today we will learn about a very important topic which is called as Jiko Shokai. What on earth is Jiko Shokai? Jiko Shokai is self-introduction, without which practically no meeting would proceed. Especially in the context of official meeting, Jiko Shokai is the first important thing to be done. Okay, let's look at the way how one can do the Jiko Shokai. There is a proper manner with which it has to be done. So the opening statement would be Hajime Mashite. Pronounce after me. Hajime Mashite. Hajime Mashite, the meaning is how do you do? Generally when we meet people, we use this one. There's also got the literal meaning of first time I'm meeting you. Okay, and followed by that is Watashi wa. There you have to substitute your name and say this. Watashi wa, your name and this. In my case, my name is Vidya. So I would call myself Watashi wa Vidya this. Now the third statement is from this the other person's name is no. Here you have to include your job or your profession. For example, if my profession is of a teacher, I would call myself Kyoshi this. Kyoshi this. If any one of you would like to ask about a different type of a job, yes, you are welcome to ask so.
If I am a student?
Yes, that's a good thing. If one is a student, you have to say Gakusai this. So here you have to replace the word Gakusai and say this. Gakusai this. If somebody is from a different company, like a company employee, how would they call themselves? They would call themselves a Kaisha-in. Kaisha-in. Kaisha-in desu. If somebody is a homemaker, they would call themselves Shufu desu. Shufu desu. Okay, that the job is known. Now the last statement is Dozo yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Dozo yoroshiku onegaishimasu means nice meeting you, and it has also got the meaning of please be kind to me. Jikoi shokai or the self introduction is done at the beginning, first time when we are meeting a new person. So from there onwards, all the further interactions and transactions should go on very smooth and successful. So this is a very important statement to be said at the end of the self-introduction, saying please be kind to me hereafter, forever also. So let me combine these statements with the manner with which it has to be said. It has to be said with the bowing. So as a lady, I would put my hand to the front, otherwise it can be put in the front like this also for men. Okay, I would say, Hajime mashite. Watashi wa Vidya desu. Kyoshi desu. Dozo yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Can any one of you repeat it also? Yes? The way is Hajime mashite. Watashi wa Vidya desu. Kyoshi desu. Dozo yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Thank you. Minasan, konnichiwa. Today let's learn a very important topic, the relationship between the Indian languages and Japanese, and how the sentence construction is different from English. Okay, let's take few examples and go accordingly to get the similarity between Japanese and Indian language and how it is different from English. Let's take the basic statement, I go to school. In English, it is I go to school. The construction is subject, verb, and then object comes at the end. Whereas in any of the Indian languages, for example, in Hindi, one would say, "My patashala jati hu." The object is patashala, and whereas the verb is jati. So it comes at the end of the statement.